Hello friends, I hope you're well. In this video, we're going to do a full tutorial on how to become a leverage trader, and we're going to be doing it on a central exchange. So we're going to be teaching you copy trading. We're also going to be teaching you how to actually spot a token you can potentially long or short, and general market sentiment. I would advise, if you are new to the game, watch the full video. We're going to go through every single thing and you're going to understand pretty much everything. So we're using an exchange called Bitunix. And the reason we're using this exchange, it's very fast to get started. You literally put in your email address, register, and you deposit your funds and you're ready to trade. It's a top 50 or 40 exchange, I think. So in terms of it being reputable, it is reputable. They do like $1 billion trading volume per day as well. So once you make an account, it will look something like this. Now you've got your profile and you've also got your wallet. Now importantly, what we need to do is deposit. So I'm going to be depositing some USDC like so. So select your coin, and now we're going to select our network. You can send anything that is listed on the exchange. You can send in Solana if you want, you can send in Bitcoin, whatever. Now it gives me an address. There's no Connect wallet or anything like that. You copy the address, and then we're going to send in some funds on Arbitrum. The reason I chose Arbitrum is it's probably one of the fastest to get a deposit in. So we're going to copy the address here, and we're going to deposit $10, something like that. And once that's done, we're going to confirm. And it probably takes, estimate, I would say about USDT is a bit faster on Arbitrum, but this probably takes about 5-10 minutes. Now we've got two balances. If we go back to our wallet, we've got a spot balance, which is just for purchasing. We're going to go through buying and selling at the sort of market level. And we've also got a futures account. This will enable us to use leverage, which we're going to go into shortly. Now, you want to transfer, once you deposit, you'll have your USDT in here, but you want to transfer over from your spot to your leverage account. So we're going to go through and just deposit or transfer 10 from our spot into our futures account, like so. That's done instantaneously, and you can see from here we had $89 and now we got $90. So we're ready to trade. So once you deposit, move over to futures and you'll be able to do that. So here we have some tabs. So we've got peer-to-peer trading, which we're not going to cover in this video. We can have a look at the end. We've got opportunities. So this is like an analytical tool to go through. So this is why it's quite a good beginner friendly website. There's not too many tabs, there's not too many things to go through. It basically shows you market sentiment. I would advise, if you are starting to trade per day, I would advise always tracking this or seeing what is moving. This has been sinking for quite some time. So it could be a potential for you to short or long it. So before I ramble in and we go through everything on the site, let's actually go into how we actually make some money. So we're going to click over to futures. Now we have $90 in here, estimated. So we have about $100, $99. This is our chart. You can adjust these accordingly to suit, like so. And we've got our coins up here. Now I was looking at this token called GOAT earlier, and we've got two options. We are going to be doing futures trading. Like the name says, we'll be able to predict the future. Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? And we can use up to 125 leverage on some of these coins. We can use 50, 25, whatever you desire. So how does it work? Why does it work? Let's go through it now. So you want to look at a chart and say, do I think this is going to go up or down? That is the basis of leverage trading, and you can make a hell of a lot of money doing it. Let's have a look at GOAT as a better example. GOAT is a meme coin on Solana. Typically, it's been sinking for quite some time, like most things on Solana. So do I think this will rise? Potentially, it could rise. So let's say, for example, I want to actually put in. You've got an option here, which is either cross or isolated. Now, if we click it, it will tell us what it is, but I'll summarize it for you. Cross will use all your balance. So if you put in $10, but you've got 100 balance, you won't get liquidated. It will use your full $100, not just your $10. I always choose isolated because it will only use what I put in. And I'm going to show you the difference so you can get an example. Cross uses all your money in your account, regardless of what exactly you've deposited. So if you've deposited $10 on a trade, it will give you a bigger, wider spread when you leverage trade. I always advise to use isolated until you feel comfortable and you want to use your full balance. So let's go with isolated now. And I want to go, as an example, with you can either do a limit order, which the price of GOAT is currently 539. So I can say I want to open a long position at 6. And you can do that. Typically, I don't usually when I'm day trading, I don't typically use limit orders. I do if I'm actually spot buying. So we're going to go with a market and this will find us the best price. So I'm actually going to go long with about $25 here. And we are going to use probably, let's go with 10 leverage. So we're going to open the long here. Now this will give us a balance here and a breakdown, and we'll be able to see everything from here. So it shows us what we're going to do, our margin rate, etc. Estimated liquidity price will be 492. So I can say, do not display this again. So our trade is now open, meaning there's a small amount, obviously, of fees the market makers take, liquidity providers, etc., and the platform itself. So we've got everything written out here. We can obviously zoom into the chart as well and see from here. So this is our liquidation price. That means if the price goes down to here, we'll obviously lose all of our balance. We are not buying, we're not purchasing, we've just put some money down as a bet. It can go fully on the upside, like so. So if you done a cross margin, our liquidation price will be as high as your balance will be. So we could have done maybe with our balance, which is 75, which is 4 times what we deposited, would be much, much higher. So we're going to see how this pans out. For example, I wouldn't recommend this as a trade. I'm not saying long GOAT, but as an example, we'll do that. So let's see how it looks with a higher leverage. So let's go all the way up to 75 and do the same. So we're going to go in with basically the same amount. So we're going to long here. Now what you'll notice is our leverage has jumped up to here. I mean, our liquidation point has jumped right up now. However, when the price goes up, if it does, we will earn a lot more on our price. So you can see very, very small if we zoom in here. Right here, if the price has barely moved and we're down 13%. So if the price does rise up a bit, we'll be up 13%. And you can see if you did have a run up and you left it all day and you didn't get liquidated, going up to here will give you probably about, I would say, about maybe 2,000% on your money, which will equate to about $400-500 maybe, or about $1,000 off just a little $50 deposit. So you can see why leverage trading works really well. I would advise, just a little tip, if you wanted to long this on a position, I would advise going in with a very small amount first, long. If it dips any more, double down. So do 10 and then double down like that. Instead of doing one hit, what you don't want to do as a leverage trader is put in one price like I've just done for the purpose of the video and not actually and actually the price falls and you get liquidated. The one thing you want to avoid is liquidation when you are doing this. So we've spent $50 and we're currently break even. So let's have a look at what you want to keep an eye on, and what I do very well with is tokens or coins that I've listed very, very early. In terms of a token has just come out, you'll probably do well. Now, notice when I see positions like this, Chill Guy, Mudeng, Solana's price is going up, and these are Solana tokens. So you want to be aware of what Solana, Bitcoin, and everything else is doing as a whole. And you want to just either favorite them and say, this was up one day. And there might be a reason why. We're not going to go into why a token's going up, but this looks okay in the grand scheme of things. And the main thing you want to do is you want to kind of assess it and say, okay, we are at the very bottom here. If it starts to rise up, what typically happens is it gets to a point where there's no more buyer pressure. People don't want to buy in this level, and then you can short it then. I wouldn't long here. I wouldn't short anywhere, if it starts to rise up here. That's not what I would be looking at. What I tend to do is over a day period, watch these tokens and see how they perform. Again, forget the meme coins. Let's look into some of the more solid, established, maybe Bitcoin, Ethereum. Let's look at Bitcoin because this is the most traded asset in compared to everything else. How is Bitcoin doing? What has it looked like over the 4 hour period? So this is basically the whole year, all of this. So it's a long time frame. So you want to just quickly glance at how is it doing as a whole, and then we want to say, okay, 15-minute chart. Bitcoin seems to be rising up and it's gone kind of flat. I'm not a chart reader. I'm not very good at reading charts, but we can delve into it now. Now, what I'm very good at is potentially scalping an opportunity here into what's it going to be doing as a whole. So I think right now, Bitcoin, people have bought the dips. I think personally, we could look at a sell here. So we're going to short it and let's do our maximum balance and let's open a short. I would not advise doing this. I just want to see how it does as a whole. So we're up 27% on our GOAT leverage and we are down 3%. So let's see how these perform as a whole. We'll pause the video and we'll check back, but our liquidation level is potentially quite high. It's at 82 and maybe we'll make it, who knows. And I'll pause the video and then we'll check back in a second. So we let this run for about 10 minutes and nothing's really changed. Leverage trading, of course, takes some time. So we've got a minus 5%, so we're down $2 on our Bitcoin, and it's just hovering around the same area. And we're up 41% on our GOAT. Remember, we put a very small amount into this, so fingers crossed it does work out. But that's pretty much as a whole on leverage trading. So spot trading is pretty much the same. We'll leave those open and we'll check back and see what happens at the end of the video. So we've got our spot trading and you're able to just purchase how much you want of a certain asset and it goes into your balance and you're able to withdraw that, send it to your wallet, etc. So this is very self-explanatory. You want to go market order and you want to buy $5 of Bitcoin, for example. And that will purchase us our Bitcoin and you'll be able to see our purchase here and it should be in our wallet, which we can go across to. Let's have a look. And then we've got our $5 of Bitcoin, which we can withdraw to any desired wallet, or we can just hold it and sell it. And it gives you an indication if you go to spot orders, how we're doing as a whole on our assets. So it shows you your profit. Of course, we bought a very small amount and fingers crossed it goes up. We'll leave it in there. Bitcoin will never die, of course. So another feature I like on this, if you want to delve into it, is the copy trade feature. So these are callers, these are good traders, and these show our ROI. So you're able to copy trade some of these guys. Now, what I would advise if you're copy trading them is not to go for the one with the highest percentage. All tempting as it is, this guy might have he might have just shorted when the market crashed and he's done very well. You want to look at consistency and you want to look at guys that are actually delivering constantly, and you don't want just a green chart. You kind of want ones that lose, and you'll look at them and you'll see what you prefer and what you like doing. So you can have a look at this guy and we can copy trade him very simply, and we can say we want to buy a $5, sorry, $10, and you can do your agreement, but obviously have a look at this. So I would not do, you can do same as the trader. So I would always go isolated. Leverage, you can do choose your own leverage, and then you can do fixed amount, and then you can just copy trade him. like so. I would only do maybe zero point 0.2 risk management. mm, we're not using margin anyway, but you can copy trade from there. So that is a nice feature for you to delve into it, because if this guy's making money, then obviously you can make money. So let's check back our futures and see how we're doing. So again, it's sink and ship. And one of the things you need to learn to do as a leverage trader is to do this, is to close the position out. And because what you don't want to do is saying, oh, it's going to dip, it's going to dip, it's going to dip. Me personally, I would close this right now. And then I would say, I'm going to wait and see how much it rises. This is very important as a leverage trader. Again, GOAT, I'm happy to leave open simply because how much lower is GOAT going to go? In the grand scheme of things, it's pretty much on a flat chart, and I'm expecting Solana to go up today at some point. So fingers crossed, their liquidity, understanding liquidity is an important thing, meaning the GOAT is paired with Solana on decentralized exchanges. So when Solana's price rises, GOAT will naturally, the price will rise of GOAT because it's pegged to Solana. 80% of the supply of GOAT is pegged to Solana. It's on USDC here, USDT, but on the majority of it is pegged on Solana. That's very important for you to understand. So if Solana's rising in price, you should be longing GOAT and other meme coins instead of shorting. Likewise, if Bitcoin is going up and down, you should do the same with that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll let you know how the trades go. All the best and take care.